Hey, it's Aaron, and today I'm standing with the 2021 Lexus IS 350 in the F Sport package. The IS 350 has been around a little while. It is kind of the mainline car for the Lexus brand. It's a wonderful sedan, really comfortable, has the signature Lexus interior. The F Sport package adds a little bit of excitement in terms of the design and some of the sportiness a little bit. To start off, Lexus has changed their grille, so you see it's not that giant maw that they used to do. It's a little more sedate, a little nicer looking. It looks really good, especially with these headlights, which are very thin, and LEDs on this model, very thin, and just they look good. They're nice and sharp. So under the hood here, 3.5 liter V6 that is putting out 311 horsepower. Wonderful power plant, very smooth, very simple. It goes to a 6-speed automatic transmission. That may be one of the only big downers for this car. 6-speed means your fuel economy is not as good as it could be, and it means that it shifts and you feel the shift because there aren't as many gears, so it's shifting a little more. I wouldn't say rough, you just feel the shift. In a lot of luxury cars now, the transmissions have gotten to where they have so many gears that you just don't feel it anymore. But it's not horrible, it's still really good. This car drives really well, it feels great. I really like it. So let's walk around it and look at what there is. So from the side here, you can see the signature Lexus wheels. These are beautiful wheels on this car. You can see the F Sport badge on that front fender there, and you can see the overall look, the silhouette of the car. So beautiful design, lots of nice edges, and just a great smooth look. Let's examine that in kind of context here. So what you're looking at is you see this curve around here. This creates the hood bubble in the middle. So it curves and it comes like this and meets with the other side, but smooths before they meet, so there's no sharp point at all. That also creates a fender. It makes a more aggressive fender because it makes the fender start way up here despite the hood ending right here. So it creates this bulge of a fender, which is really nice looking because it tunes in with the sporty front end. You can see it looks like the air dams they put on sports cars, and it just runs along like this. There's a line that starts right about here, and that creates the belt line of the car going across like this. It's very low compared to the actual edge. So you see the edge is way up here with the windows, and then the belt line is way down here. That creates an outward curve on the door and a light shelf right here. So this outward curve suddenly dips. It goes at a very sharp, acute angle, very sharp angle going down, and then it curves. So it's a curve instead of just a straight line. It curves down like this, creating this beautiful bone line right here. You can see how the light catches it right in here. And then there's a hard line right down there. So right in here you see the light catching, and then you get down here and there's a hard line that runs across like that, above that, to create kind of the running board look. And then you see the curvature. These two lines run almost parallel for a second. This line fades out. This one continues and creates this rear opening. So once you're looking at this rear wheel well and you're looking at how it's created there, it creates, the belt line continues across like this and ends right here at the tail light just above it, creating this little shelf. And, excuse me. So you can see that creates a bulge at the rear. It creates this rear wheel bulge. You just see how the line moves. So look at the silhouette of the car. You see across the top. It moves across like that in a very smooth arc, and then ends right here. And then this spoiler is an add-on. This is part of the F Sport right here. This is carbon fiber. Really good looking. Then just look at the lines on the car. So you just see how that's created. And then they added the chrome, which opens those windows. It creates, it grabs the eye is kind of the idea. So it pulls your eye towards here and here across there, which makes the lighting on this part of the car even more important because your eye is looking here, so this needs to be a peripheral light rather than this is where your eyeball goes kind of light. So just a wonderful design, a really well thought out and well done package right there. let's look at the back end of the car and then we'll go inside. So continuing from the back of the car, you can see here's that spoiler I was talking about, carbon fiber there. You can see how the lights mimic the front lights, but they go all the way across and connect. So really kind of cool looking there. The functional bits of this light right here, so you have your turn signals and your braking, and then you have an S-Sport badge, you have the IS350, and you have the all-wheel drive badge, and then you can see the dual exhaust down at the bottom, and you can see how this comes around, and then this looks like a rear spoiler on a sports car, the lower spoiler. So just a wonderful design. It finishes the car, so you can see how it arcs down, and it just creates all these lines are creating just kind of an aggressive look at the back, and giving the impression that this is the part of car people are going to be looking at the most, right? Sports car thing, right? So anyway, that is the rear end. Let's go look inside for a second. So sitting inside the car, you can see I have a little bit of headroom. Now I am 6'3", and I am getting very close to being uncomfortable in terms of headroom in this car. Even though I still have, if you feel it, I still have probably half an inch of space between the top of my head and the actual roof of the car. But it feels a little cramped. It's a mid-sized car. I don't know, you know, most of them I have the same kind of issue with. It doesn't matter luxury or not. But otherwise, it's very comfortable. I love the seating in this. This is the F-Sport seating. I love the seating in this. Has bolsters that are aggressive, but not overly. So they're not like stabbing you in the lats or something. They just feel really good. They hug you into the seat. You have pedal shifting, and you have the way that it feels. Everything is forward, so you always have the feeling that you're looking forward. All the instruments are within easy eyeball view. Now, some of the stuff in here is a little outdated. The infotainment's a little outdated. The driver gauge screen has a permanent circle in the middle, and then other stuff on the sides, and it's actually really good. It's very easy to read it, but there is no head-up display on this, which is now becoming kind of a standard in the luxury markets. But this car's been around for a little while. This is not, you know, this is not a brand new Toyota. This has been around for quite a while. So this Lexus is aging very, very well, I would say. Now, a couple of things I don't like. Infotainment screen has this touchpad. Not a fan of that at all. One of the worst infotainment screens on the market right now, and I say that unequivocally. And I'm not going to give any buts or anything about it. It's just terrible. But very comfortable interior, pretty okay seat cooling. It mostly just works on your butt. It doesn't do anything on your back. This also has seat heating and steering wheel heating as a package. Cruise control is on the old dongle style. Some of the buttons are a little out of place, but not bad because they're buttons you don't use that much. So overall, the interior is wonderful. The back seats are pretty good. 2 adults just fine. 3 across is kind of pushing it. Tons of trunk space in this car, lots of it. So that's a wonderful, and that's a Lexus signature. All the Lexus cars seem to have humongous trunks. So wonderful design on all of that. I like this car overall. The infotainment's not that great, but I don't know if you buy this car caring about the infotainment. I don't know if that's high on your list. The radio works fine, navigation works okay, everything is there. It's just kind of a pain to navigate it, to use it. But otherwise, wonderfully done and beautiful to drive. This is such a great cruising car. It's not a speedster. You're not going to break any records. You're not going to win checkered flags with this, but you are going to feel good all the time driving this car. You get plenty of feedback in the wheel. You get good feedback in the pedals, and it smoothly does everything you ask it to do. So wonderfully done there. So there you go. That's the 2021 Lexus IS350 in the F-Sport package with all-wheel drive. Beautiful car. All right. Talk to you again soon. Subscribe.